flow getting better. I thought that I told you I'd be here forever. I'm giving God my time, my treasure and talent is making me better. I vision the sweater, the cross on the back, the holiest getter. I'm loving the pressure, it's making the diamond shining forever. If you fall, then get up. You still on the road, you don't gotta catch up. A devil
One.
All right. Today we have my grandmother, Moon-Stancil.
Mama.
Moon-Stancil has 6 kids, 11 grandkids, and 11 great grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We deep.
That's a lot of kids. That's a lot of people.
Yes, it is.
That's crazy. I don't know. You might have 12. It's like, no. It's like, just fine. That's funny.
I know some more coming though.
Some more definitely coming in tonight.
Yeah, soon.
Mm.
One day.
Wow, okay.
One day. I want a lot of children too.
We don't forget about we didn't count 7 in there. That's 12.
That's 12
Oh,
grand.
yeah.
Y'all?
That's 12 grand.
How you feel about 7?
That's 12 grand.
12.
Wow.
Dang.
23.
Dang, Kevin.
Shout out to 7. Big bro.
I ain't gonna forget my ace. All right. Well, the question you picked is, can you pinpoint a time in your life where you were in between if you should keep going or giving up?
Yes. It was never about quitting. It was always about moving ahead. Because I always was told that you're not going to be anything and this and that. The only thing that was true that came from back then was you're going to have a lot of kids. And I did.
6.
But other than that, even way back then, when I used to run away from home, that was a part of moving ahead.
Right.
That was, because if I didn't know, tell them what would happen to me if I was supposed to stay.
Right.
So the determination, God put determination in me, and at that time I didn't even know it.
Right.
He even from birth, it was like I was destined to go through what I went through in order to be who I am today.
Right.
And I didn't learn that until after I got grown and went through so many trials and tribulations.
Right.
The hurt and pain, it was all for a reason to build me up, my resilience up, to build my self-worth, the person that was deep inside of me that he put inside of me.
Right.
To build all that to where I'm at right now. And through the trials and tribulations, why me? But I didn't understand because I was a kid.
Right.
But even one time, the first time I met the Lord, I was placed in an adult jail when I was 13 years old. And I remember going there because I kept on running away from foster homes. And because some of the treatment I got there was some of the same treatment I got when I was at my mom's house.
Right.
So when I was in that jail, it was for adults. And because I had to go there because I wasn't big. You had to be a certain amount of months pregnant before you could go there, go to the maternity home. So they put me in jail called Broad Meadows. And I remember they took the light bulb out, and I was whimpering in the corner. And then other inmates, the grown lady, they always treated me like I was a kid. I was 13 years old and pregnant.
Right.
And they took they treated me just like I was a little kid. But so when I first found out the Lord was when different churches would come to the prison, and they gave me little booklets and stuff, and little things. But even then, I still didn't really understand.
Right.
And then once I came out, after I had Donna. I didn't have a place to go, so I went to stay with my cousin. She was a grown up, and I went to their church, Bethany Baptist Church, that was in Chester. And that's the first church I went to. That's the first time I got baptized. But I still didn't understand then either.
Right.
I was just going through the motions.
Right.
You know, but even through all of that, the Lord was still, this God carried me through so much of this and that. And I'm like, as I got growing, even right now, I think back and I'm like, I don't think back like trying to be petty or to bring back up the past and stuff. I bring it up now because it's like a learning experience that I could share with others.
Yes.
Even like with you, Denasia,
Right.
when you was going through what you was going through. And one day was in that kitchen, I said, if you ever want to talk, I'm here.
Yes.
But I couldn't push you
Right.
because you wasn't ready.
Right.
You was not ready.
Yeah, because
But-
I feel like, and I feel like that's why when our conversations are so deep, because you've been through so much. So I feel like that's why we're able to relate so much, because like when I'm talking to you, you're just like, Denasia, I've been through that. I did that.
Yeah.
I was going through that already. But you also say like you see yourself in me.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I'm so comfortable talking to you about things. So that's why that's why I feel as though like half the things that we go through is not just for us. You know, like you're able to,
pass that knowledge on.
yes.
And so that you, so even when you was going through it and you was feeling bad about certain things, and here I come and put you in a place where that I'm not alone.
Right.
You said to yourself, I'm not alone. Even my own grandmother went through this, and she could understand where I'm coming from.
Yes, yes.
You know, and it's like you want to reach out and because nobody want that feeling of being alone and nobody don't understand me. That's a hard pill to swallow.
Right.
Yes.
That's a hard, and people come up, well, you know, you did this and this and that. Don't nobody know how those things affect you.
Right.
Right.
People could come to you and say, okay, I feel you. Even they say, I feel you. But until a person actually experience
Right.
what you experience,
Right.
would you could understand, or that other person could gravitate to you and get that link.
Yes.
You know, and all that through the Lord. And that's even with the Bible, with the Word of God. He's telling us and showing us the way to go.
Right.
But it's up to us to take heed to His Word.
Yeah. You used to always tell me stuff, but I didn't want to listen back then. Right. But when I started when I was going through what I was going through, then I was able to receive everything that you were saying. Then it started soaking inside of me. But at first I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to hear any of that. And I feel like that's how it is with Jesus as well. Because until you're ready, you're not going to be able to receive what that person has to say to you. Like now, I've taken everything that you say.
Or even hearing the word, getting that knowledge. And the word is knowledge. Just like Pastor was saying today. You know, you got the idea we cannot lean into our own understanding.
Yes.
Every time we lean into our own understanding and trying to reason with ourselves.
Yes.
And okay, I'm doing no.
Yes.
And you're gonna mess up every single time.
Yes.
Because you lean in. You have one thought. And then another thought come on top of that thought.
Right.
And another thought come on top of that thought.
Right.
Before you know, the devil done got you.
Yes.
You know, and that's the wrong answer.
You know,
Right.
and I just watched something, and it was like, God the devil can only get you with a lie. A lie is what keeps you in shackles.
Mm-hmm.
The truth is what sets you free from things. So even when I was in that relationship, right, I stayed in it because of lie. Because God had orchestrated a certain type of way for me to get out.
And He did.
He did.
And because also, with my relationship, mine wasn't quite like yours
Right.
on that level, but it was at the same time without the physical.
Right. Because
the only thing, I ain't even putting in.
Right.
That part. But the thing is that okay, lost my train of thought. But going through and trying to I was out there looking for validation.
Yes.
You know, I was out there looking for the love that I never received from my parents, or you know, it was always Robin over here against the world,
Right.
and she didn't even know. Even if I know, Betty said my relationship with men, I'm looking, and anybody that showed me any type of affection, I jumped on it.
Right.
You know, and I gave so much of myself, and they see me in a different light. Oh, she's somebody I could really use. I understand that too later on.
Right.
You know, but all I wanted was love, and what I got was heartache. But at the same time, the Lord knew I was not strong enough to get myself out of those situations.
Right.
So He made a way for me to get out.
Yes.
You know, even though it was hurting sometimes or this and that, He said, no, all that was a learning, if you're part of your step in your learning lesson.
Right.
You know, I didn't need no validation from no man, but I didn't understand it at the time.
Right.
Oh, I was just looking for love in all the wrong places because you never had it. But now God is love with me.
Right.
And I don't have to, you know, He loved me more than I love myself.
Right.
You know, and when he brought me through, no child should ever go through the stuff that I went through
Right.
and live to talk about it right now.
Right.
And even through all of that, I never had hate in my heart for my mother. I never, the stuff that she did to me, the sexual stuff that these men did to me, my brother did to me, I never had hate in my heart.
Right.
If anybody should have been a drug addict, alcoholic, a prostitute, or somebody just didn't care, it should have been me.
Yes.
But He said, no, Robin, not you.
Right. It's so
You
strong. You're so strong.
Even
like,
with relationship with me and your mom, you know, we went through our stuff, even coming in the army. He orchestrated that because He knew that I had to get out of Chester.
Right.
I had to be my 3 girls out of there. I wanted a better life. He seemed fit.
And you did that.
And then even with that, it was trials and tribulation in the midst of all of that.
Right.
But then I look at, if I haven't came, we wouldn't be sitting here talking.
Right.
I wouldn't have had the grandchildren I have right now that sit talking, that I'm talking with right now.
Right.
My kids had, they was in an environment, military environment where they had diversity.
Yes.
And met different people, different cultures and stuff.
Yes.
Which made them who they are also.
Right.
What God orchestrated.
Right.
You know, so he was there from before I was born. He knew what I was going to go through all these stages in life.
And He knew where you would end up at.
Yeah, and then like I said, as far as stopping, giving up, I had a couple times I felt like that. But the strong part of me said, keep on going.
Yes.
I can't stop. No matter I fall down, I'm going to dust myself back off and get back up and try it again.
Yes.
If you tell me no, I'm going to make it happen.
Yes. And you passed that down, my
You know,
mom.
I-
She
I
did.
can't-
She passed that.
She did.
I can't find myself just giving up. You know, I'm going through some stuff right now because of the death of my husband.
Right.
But even with that, I'm still not giving up. I know it's gonna take time to get to where I need to go at
Right.
with this journey, part of my journey in my life.
Right.
But He gonna see me through this also.
Yes.
He made me, even with Larry, when we was 25, we were together for 25 years. Even with that, I was being set up to take care of this man for 19 years. 19 years to take care of him.
Tell him the year he had the stroke.
Yes.
Tell him the year.
2005.
And
I came home.
And you took care of him.
From the time he came from the hospital, from Kernan, to the time he passed away. I even helped them wrap him up to take him out of the house because I still felt And to this day,
Right.
I still feel that connection. I have to take care of him.
Right.
And God put that in me because I never thought I would change somebody, a dog, let alone take care of the wounds that he had in the end.
Mm-hmm.
The things that I had to do for him in the end. I'm like, no, I ain't doing that.
Right.
But it was the love.
That love.
It was the love for him. That extra stuff that God put in me. Even when people do me wrong, I might, I'm always coming back around real easy.
Yes. You pass that down too. We have the most biggest heart.
And just, but what I had learned, I had to learn how to set boundaries. I didn't know how to set boundaries before.
Right.
That part, but giving up, no. It's not in my DNA. Okay?
It's not, because it's not ours.
It's not. It's like we can't even when we go through, like, even when we just can't stop.
Nope.
Going to school. I remember when I was
Isn't that crazy?
I remember being in the 12th grade. And when you're not going to graduate, you this and that. I had my own place. They made me an emancipated minor when I was 17 years old. And I was in 11th grade. Like I said, from foster home to foster home, this place. I was so happy that I had my own place. That I didn't have to live with nobody. And still going to school. Donna had took Donna from me when she was born. But I didn't have Tressa. They didn't take Tressa.
Right.
So taking Tressa back and forth to the babysitters and then going to school and then having their own place and this and that. It was a lot.
Right.
And I was like 17.
Right.
And then get pregnant with Cooney in the 12th grade, get married young, don't know what I was doing.
Right.
All of that. I'm trying to write a book.
Man, my mom
You
tell you
need to
something.
write a book.
Trying to write a book.
Because what she say to us is always been there,
Done that.
done that.
Because
Yep.
when you can sit there and talk to your children and your grandchildren about the things that you went through, I think that makes them stronger too.
Yes.
It really does.
Make them stronger.
Mama, when I was driving when I was after everything that happened to me, and I was driving that van before I got to this current job, me and you was on the phone for hours.
Yeah.
We was on the phone, and then I just started spilling things out. I just started spilling things out, and the more and more I talked about it, you made it so comfortable to talk about. You just like, Denasia, I've been there, done that. See, now I'm gonna give you my experience as well. You made it so easy for me to talk to you, and it was so easy for me to heal. So you were a huge part of me healing through that situation, because you was right there with me the whole time.
Because you have to, just imagine other young ladies out there went through the stuff that I went through, going through the stuff that you went through.
Right.
And to this day, I despise a man that put his hand on a woman.
Right.
It's just me.
They put with your heart.
I don't, and people that hurt people or deliberately trying to hurt people and stuff, that thing in me, I can't take it.
Right.
I can't take it. Don't do nothing like that around me.
Right.
Cause I'm gonna voice my opinion.
Right.
You say you love somebody, you don't hurt somebody that you love. You don't do that.
Right.
Where's the respect? Where is the caring, the human kindness?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And just call yourself, well, I'm the man or I'm the woman. Now I got to have control. It's not about that.
Right. Love is not about
And
control.
that's why we have to have.
That's good.
That's why we have to have our mate. I wish I would have known this a long time ago, but better late than never.
Right.
You got to be equally yoked.
Right.
You got to be on the same sheet of music.
Right. Cause I would say things to you, and you would be like, Denasia, that wasn't cool. But that's why I said bondage is about a lie. And that's what keeps you in bondage is a lie. So when I actually, like, you holding it in makes it like not a reality.
Yeah.
Right? So when I spoke it, and actually said it out loud, then it made it real. It made it reality.
That it wasn't okay.
That it wasn't okay.
Yes.
And hearing someone else, but you stay in it longer. You stay in it longer when you don't talk about it.
Yes.
When you and that person keep it behind closed doors, of course, it's gonna keep going on because it's so easy to clean up.
And not only that, you get to a point where, especially if you probably already heard this person ain't right for her and this and that, but you in your own self, like, you know what, I'm gonna make this work.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. But deep down inside,
you
already know.
Right.
Even when you find out, you be like, you let self.
Right.
And what's the other thing I was saying? Lean into your own understanding.
Right.
And you put in your head, well, this and that, and maybe this, and if I do this and this will work out, if I do that,
right.
and maybe they'll care about me. Been there, done that.
Right.
Okay. It doesn't work.
It doesn't.
And you start believing your own. You believing the thing that you have in your head that you know that's right, and you're trying to push it aside.
Yes.
And okay, well, if I say something about this person, these people gonna say this, and I told you so, and all of this, and I don't want to hear it.
That's what makes you keep it in, because you think about what everybody else is saying, right?
Yep.
But it's like we're okay. You so worried about what everybody else would say.
What about your own self?
What about yourself?
Because you know why? Because we had no self-confidence in ourselves. We have still looking for that thing that we feel that was missing.
Know what he told me? I told you when I was driving that van. He told me, he said, you don't know how beautiful you are. That's what he told me. It's like he wanted to tear that down completely. And he was almost there. He was almost there.
Man, it was like
almost there.
With you, it was hard to look at that because I seen that with his grandmother, who is one of my best friends. And I seen it with how his grandfather used to do her. Right. But back then I stepped in because I wasn't playing. Don't put your hand on him in front of me. You definitely ain't gonna do it.
And with me, my family, because our family is so big, he knew to isolate me from that. And plus I was so young. I was so freaking young, just so naive to stuff. So yes, the isolation came. But as soon as I was out of there, and y'all was like medicine for me. A family is literally medicine. Yeah. Like literally. Like I was just so happy to be around y'all. It's a picture. I'm gonna post a picture on here of that following December when me and Noah came to Christmas. I was so excited. I didn't come to Thanksgiving. Because I was still going through my little emotions.
Yeah, I know you wanted to go to Anthony's 20th birthday.
It was my 21st.
21st birthday party.
I was so appalled. I was trying to get lit with my sister. I was appalled about that.
Because what I do for my kids, and they probably told you also, when they used to fuss and fight like a fool, I used to tear their tail, make them stand in the middle of the floor and hug one another. I sure did. And then sometimes it got to a point, they stayed there so long, they started laughing and giggling at themselves.
Right.
Because unity with the family with me, just me, I never had that close type family bonding with my siblings and my own family, my immediate family, never.
And I see you build. You have built that between us. That relationship that we have, we can't stay away from each other. Like now, what family don't do a little?
Everybody gonna argue and go through their thing, you know.
Right.
But when it comes down to making things happen or this and that, we pull together.
Yeah, we do.
We pull together, and that's my thing with my family, with my immediate family, what I'm talking about is my children, my grandchildren, my great grandchildren. Unity means a lot to me. People have jealousy. I can't stand this one, and see, I can't. No, we don't have any of that. You go through your little ups and downs. She get on my nerve and this and that. But when it comes to making things happen, or bringing that family, the whole family together, we there.
We have a good time too.
We there. Even like when we went to when Larry's funeral at the church, even though I was going through what I was going through, it was a blessing to see all my children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, the one that was able to be there.
Oh, we
Y'all
show
don't know
up.
how much that meant to me.
Oh, we show up.
And then to have my aunt come from Jersey, my brother and my sister and other family members coming from out of town, my classmates.
Mm-hmm.
That says something about me.
Yes.
That says something about me.
Right.
How they feel about Robin.
Yes.
Right.
You know, because nobody didn't have to come.
Right.
You know, but they was there.
Right.
And doing the things that make me feel good.
Right.
You know.
That's that real. I'm telling you, that people just showing up and just being like, if you didn't build our family the way that you did, after I would have tried to come back in the family, y'all probably would just been like,
Right.
Because I seen that in you. I seen that in you at Cooney's party, that you was way over here.
right.
And I remember we took that family picture, and everybody said, "Come on, Denasia, come on, Denasia." You felt weird.
I did.
You felt weird. I could see it in your face.
I didn't want to take a picture. I just want to sit down in the
You know,
corner.
and then
just leave me in the dark now.
the-
I'm supposed
not
to
only
be don't
that,
touch me.
The rest of the Bufords and all the rest of the family, that side of the family was there too. So you don't know, you didn't really know how everybody was going to take you.
Right.
But what happened?
Yeah. Just open arms.
Everything was off.
Open arms, yes. That was some real medicine for me.
You know.
I went through that, but y'all sped up the process for me coming back to myself. Because then I started coming back to myself. I started hearing y'all say, "Oh, she back." Mm-hmm. Oh, she back for real.
And this
2.0.
And this one right here, there for her. We all go through what we have to go through, and it's a lesson.
Right.
You know, sometimes it might be a hard lesson,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a lesson we learned that we can carry forward.
Yes.
The lesson we learned that we could share with somebody else that going through or went through or going through what we have went through.
Right.
To uplift them.
Right.
To give them their power back.
Right.
And bring them to the Lord. This is, you know, you had to go through this. The Lord put Anthony in your place right here to be there for you. The Lord put the nation in your space to be there for you.
Yeah.
Because they understand whatever that circumstances is.
Right.
To help you out.
Because we definitely went, and man, me and Anthony was on the phone.
Yeah. It was, you know.
So I'm going to spend the night. Shoot.
It's like.
It's going
Yes, she did. I made you some food.
Yeah, you did. You hooked that salmon up in the air fry.
Sure did.
She was driving to the party. And back then, I didn't have an ear for gospel. I didn't have an ear for it. But at the time, she was playing it. I'm just, turn this off.
Yeah.
Man, listen. I just wasn't, you know.
No, because Anthony told me that she was trying to get you to come to church. She told me that 2 or 3 times that he was trying to get you to come to church. You remember?
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
you
then I
did.
came back. I came to church. Then I went to our church, and I was just sitting. I sat all the way in the back, and Pastor Diane just so happened to be preaching that day. You was there with me,
Yeah, I was next to you.
and she looked right at me. I was just like this. Oh God! And I started busting out crying. She walked right over there. I was like, I was at my lowest at that time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I can't. Maybe Pastor Diane nowhere.
But let me
Because
tell you-
that tore me. That
But
was.
let me tell you who would help me. It was the school guidance counselor, Miss Powell, and the school nurse, Miss Purnell. Both of them ladies. Miss Tip was my next door when I was growing up, next door neighbor. Miss Tip, Miss Purnell, Miss Powell, and Miss Dot, Mom Dot. Them 4 ladies.
Wait, so they were at your school?
No, they Miss Powell, she was the guidance counselor. She was at the school, and Miss Purnell was the school nurse. It was when I was in high school. Miss Dot was my friend's mother that lived down the street on 2nd Street when I was a kid.
Right.
And Miss Tip knew me ever since I was born, way back when we first moved in the project. You know, and those 4 ladies right there. I write a book. I'm dedicated to them.
Got to. It's so crazy how
Yeah.
God will put somebody in. They
Your
don't even
place.
have to be blood.
Right.
They don't have to be blood
And don't.
to lift you up. He put those people there for you. You
And
know.
even when the kids was in the foster home, Miss Purnell used to go there all the time, go see them and stuff. Even when I was in the project, she used to make sure bring the kids, Donna Tress and Cooney, all kinds of stuff. She was there. She was the first Miss Purnell. She was the first one who took me to a concert. She took me to a Aretha Franklin concert when I was 16. Those ladies, you know, I can't thank the Lord enough for putting those 4 women in my life. You know, those 4 ladies right there. And your mom can tell you about Miss Purnell and Miss Powell.
I remember you telling me about them.
Yeah, and Miss Purnell, her birthday the same day was mine.
So who you named my mom after somebody?
Oh, it's my doctor.
Okay.
Her name was Donna Lee. I thought Donna Lynn.
Right.
Yeah, when I was in the maternity home was ran by the Salvation Army back then in Philly. 6051 Overbrook Avenue.
You forget nothing.
No, she don't.
Yeah.
The memory is crazy.
The memory is sharp.
For real.
You know, and,
Very sharp.
Yeah, but when they took Donna from me, I got to crying and stuff. They took, you know, they took away the only thing I had, somebody to love me back.
Right.
You know.
That's so beautiful that what you went through and how you still loved your baby.
Yeah.
You know, because someone else might try to push that baby off, but you took that baby in. You know, and it's so, and I'm so happy that, you know, things happen to us, but everything happened for a reason, right? Because that's our mom.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't be sitting right here, you know, because you just started. You started that.
Because when I was in there, they asked me, do I want to give her up for adoption? I told them no. Now I'm not doing y'all that, but yeah, I told them no.
Listen.
And I used to go to media. Even Spencer used to go there with me when I met him. I met him in the 10th grade. I used to go with me to see Donna.
Wow.
And he accepted her as his own.
That's beautiful.
He didn't treat her no different than he treated Trust and Cooney. He'll tell you quick that's his oldest, and that what he called her Lynn, or he called her something, the Fox or something he called her. But yeah, he never distinguished her from the other 2. Never. So I'm gonna give him his props for that.
Yes.
Right.
You know. But like I said, we went through a lot.
Yes.
We went through being in the military, and yeah, the kids tell me, yeah, you were strict and you did this and you did. I did. And I came back and told them I was sorry.
Right.
I apologize to my kids.
But you know what? That's big, Mama. Because some parents don't even do that. You know,
Right.
You're the same way. This is our first time around as parents and as humans. It's yours too.
Yeah.
But we like to immortalize our parents and try to put them on a pedestal when we can.
But we all have fault. There's nobody. Lord said, who without sin cast the first stone.
Right.
Just because you're a parent don't mean you always right.
Yes.
Okay?
You ain't never lied.
And I also told my kids, I said, all them down. And I told them, I don't care what it is. I don't care if I cry, snot, get mad. When I need to know if I did anything to hurt y'all,
Right.
to let whatever's inside y'all out.
Right.
Because the day y'all die, and y'all still got stuff all up in y'all head like I do right now for my own upbringing.
Right.
I didn't want that for my kids. Look, I need to know this. Did I do this? Y'all tell me what I had done. If I could apologize for it, I will. If I could explain it, I will. Whatever it takes to make things right, because I don't want to leave this earth and you guys have unanswered questions.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Right. Wow.
You know, no, you got to. It's a bad feeling to have all this stuff. How come, this and that, and nobody tell you. Back in the day, everybody want to keep a secret.
Right.
Yes.
We ain't keeping no secret.
Yes, Miss Dickey just said it on the podcast. Didn't she say it last time? She said her generation used to hold it in. Yeah, she just said that on the last one. She said back then they used to want to hold like stuff in.
Keep secrets.
Yes, keep secrets and stuff. But I learned one thing. Now I kept a secret when my cousin had her daughter the other day. Now I'm very upset about that. Y'all keep secret about stuff like that though.
That was no secret. That was no secret.
I was appalled.
No, the thing was, She said she didn't want nobody to know. She wanted to tell herself, so that wasn't a secret.
So I'm appalled. And then right after that, as soon as she seen that I found out, now she wants to start posting pictures of the baby.
Well, she told me she was going to post a picture of the baby yesterday. She did.
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did. But
she waited for me to
said.
call her. She was on my heart. I said, let me call my cousin. Because she done had, I know she done had my godbaby by now. That baby been in there too dang long.
She was,
y'all held that secret.
Cause you know she was due on the 29th.
Wow. That's my cousin. My cousin's daughter. This is
my other granddaughter's
This is your great, another great.
Yeah, another great. That's my last great.
Born this year.
8 pounds and 1 ounce and 19 inches long.
Yes. We have some big babies now.
Yeah,
y'all do.
Your uncle weighed 9'6".
I think
he was 22 inches long.
He had to be the biggest one.
He was.
Because Noah was 8 pounds, 13 ounces.
So that was Robin.
She was 8 times 13?
Yeah. She was 8'13", I think so too.
That's a big baby.
And we don't know, we had no small baby.
Mom
Devon was 9 something and Naya was 9 something.
Wow, that's some big stuff.
I was 9'6".
That's a C-section right there.
Yeah, I was 6 pounds. No, I was 9 pounds, 6 ounces.
You was 9 pounds. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Baby come out here talking.
Right, with teeth. Baby got teeth. Came out eating steak.
2 months they start walking.
Right.
But yeah, it's just
You ain't said no. What input you got?
I'm just taking it all in.
Yeah, you are taking everything in.
I'm really taking it in because my grandmother has so much experience and
so much
wisdom and her story is just so powerful. Like I'm speechless. I'm really just taking in what she's saying. And you know, when it comes to what'd she say? There's so many different things that I wrote, but
the thing was going crazy.
Yeah, the main thing that really stood out to me was life lessons help you to move forward and share with others. So like that has me looking at my challenges now. Like as I'm listening to you and your experience and the things that you've overcome, and you're right. Like we all do have that resilience.
We do.
Like, that's something that came through. My grandmother has really passed that trait down to all of her family members, and you know, now I'm just looking at my experience like keep on pushing, like don't give up, because we're not quitters.
No, we're not.
We're really not quitters. And I'm just thinking
and you know what? I like what I'm saying. Right. It's like I was like when I was in high school. And they said, I gave my mom a ticket to my graduation, right? I gave a ticket to my graduation. Did nobody come? But I was determined to walk. Mm-hmm. I was determined to walk. I was determined to, like I said, if you tell me I can't, I am.
I know that's right. Up.
You know, don't tell me, well, you know, this is too hard, okay? One thing for sure, one thing for certain. Nobody can say I didn't try.
Yes, but I'll tell you one thing. They didn't go to your graduation. That made you amped up for us too, because you making it all off.
Yes. I did.
You make sure you there.
She don't miss a beat.
No.
Man.
This going on. I'm there.
Yep.
I'm coming.
You know, you got to be there for your family members. You know, even somebody like, they getting on my last nerve. I ain't going nowhere. But let something happen to somebody, say somebody in the hospital, somebody this, that.
Yeah.
I'm there.
You there.
I'm there.
That nurturing. You pass it to my mom too. Very, very nurturing.
Yes.
Nurturing. No, you gotta that is it that thing inside of me. I had this thing inside of me of caring.
Right.
Caring and loving, and even though sometimes I feel lack self-confidence in myself.
Right.
You know, around certain people and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I know deep down inside, I'm a giver.
Yes.
You know, not just of my talent, of myself.
Right.
You know, people mean a lot to me.
Right.
You know, their well-being mean a lot to me.
Right. Pass that down.
Know? And another thing, but you know, people that hurt me, I'm learning God says, Robin, let it go.
Yes.
Let whoever it is, say what you have to say.
Right. When you say forgive, what? We did 77 times?
Yeah, he did.
You know, but because the bottom line, it's not up to me because you know what you did. It's up to between you and the Lord, not me no more.
Exactly.
You know, my
Give
thing
him-
is I apologize or say I'm sorry or I forgive you. Let it go.
Right. Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard. I ain't gonna say it a lie.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to say, you know, when somebody mess with your feelings.
Yes.
And then I think about what Pastor was saying about the detachment,
Right.
emotionally detached. That's kind of hard.
It is. But I talked about it on the last one. I said, nobody talks about the process of detaching.
Yeah.
And it hurts you.
Yeah.
Because I know that I have to detach from you. But I don't want to.
Yeah.
So it hurts.
Or how to. And
but
still,
it's necessary.
but at the same time, be emotionally detached. But at the same time, that these people are still in your life.
Right.
And you know, you got that emotion. You know, because you're still human.
Right.
You're still human, and you still have feelings.
Right.
And you know, trying to channel.
Right.
That, like with Nikki.
Right.
Larry's daughter and her mother. You know, I forgive them for what they did.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm not going to be in your space.
Right.
Because I'm not going to keep on allowing you to hurt me.
Right.
You know, so no, I can't be in your space.
Right. You have to. Some people know you can't be like in their space. Not based off of hating them, but knowing how you're gonna react. So you see the do. I'm not doing it because I hate you. I'm doing it because I know myself, and I don't want to put myself in a situation where I lash out or I leave feeling empty, or you know, I'm there and I'm feeling uncomfortable. So it's best for me and you because I don't even want to act weird towards you or act a certain type of way towards you.
And you will not get another chance to hurt me again.
Right.
That part too. Now.
Right.
Now I read a book called Good Boundaries and Goodbyes by Lisa Turkers, and she talks about that. And what you're saying is even though these people can't, like, they're part of our lives and we haven't like pushed them all the way out, but you have adjusted their level of access to you. And right, there's a boundary. Right. Instead of you having now a level 6 of access to me, I put you at a level 2 because you've shown that you're not responsible for that kind of access to me. And I believe that that's a part of detachment too. It's really about access. Detaching is about access, the access you give. And one thing Lisa Turker said too was boundaries are not about what's the word? They're not about punishing people and things like that. It's about protecting the love within you. You gotta protect your heart. Yes, you gotta protect you gotta protect yourself, but also you have to protect the love within you, because when we give people access that are not healthy and we give them access to our hearts, they could make us bitter. They can bring experiences into our life that make us nasty. And then how are we going to treat the next person because of how you hurt me?
And think about this too. We're all a main character in our own lives. So like that person over there is going to do what's best for them. But while I'm over here trying to accommodate them, I'm not doing what's best for me in my life.
Right.
So that person gonna keep going about their business. Oh well, shoot, I don't care about what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't care about their feelings, because they're their own main character in their own life, right?
And they're gonna do what's good with them.
They're gonna do what's best for them.
For themselves, they're gonna benefit for them.
Right.
Yes.
And you know what I heard a word that goes around that. It's called emotional generosity. A lot of people are not emotionally generous. They're not going to think about the next person,
right,
and their life experience and where they are in their mind. They're not going to consider that.
Right. It's all about them.
Exactly.
And because we're our own main character in our lives.
Yes.
Some of us are selfless.
Yeah.
Some of us care about the other person's life
too much.
You know, but there's
Yeah.
also some main characters out here that only care about their daggone self.
Yeah.
And once you understand that and you see it, you adjust.
Yes.
Life is you're going to adjust in life, but when you try to not adjust, that's where you mess yourself
The other
up.
thing is you got people that see you making progress and that thing where people talk about, oh, she thinks she's cute, or she thinks he did this, that. No, we're not thinking that. You saying that.
But I tell you
okay?
what, I don't think I'm cute. Cute's for puppies.
You know.
I'm beautiful, baby.
They talking about sitting here. She thinks she's all that. This woman is out here making things happen for herself and her family.
That's right.
They not even thinking about trying to be cute enough. They're thinking about making things happen. But you see them in a different light because they striving to make things happen, and you probably not really doing anything,
right?
And you putting that stuff on them, and then you go tell somebody else that's not right, and here they go, believing the fabrication that you tell them about this person was not even true. They don't even know you,
right? But you know what though?
You know what I'm saying?
And people see because people see in other people what they don't have like in themselves. Yeah. So they like people be like envious, like me. I don't have an envious bone in my body. I don't want what nobody else got. I want what's mine.
Right. Not only that, Denasia. Why can't somebody say, I'm happy for you?
Yes.
That you making things happen. Maybe you could show me how I could do something too.
Right. Some people are not emotionally there.
Right.
But they're not mature. They're not mature enough for that. They don't have that grind, to go get, because if somebody doing something, that means they got the blueprint. I'm going to come right to you. I'm going to come talk to you about it.
Right.
How you get there? I'm going to take me some notes. But some people some people
they're trying to hold it for themselves. They want to hold it for themselves.
Yeah, for themselves, or some people see you doing something, grinding in a certain area. If me, I want to progress,
right.
And I'm mature enough to come to you and be like, you know what, I'm looking into doing that. I'm going to do this one day. Would you maybe give me some tips on this? You know what I'm saying?
Instead of holding that information to yourself,
or just don't want to ask because they're envious.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that person. Shoot. Well, why are they doing all that? They doing too much or whatever. Right. No, you like what I'm doing. Come ask me. I'll give you the blueprint.
Right, and that's because that person feels stuck. That's because that person feels stuck where they are.
Right.
And that person, like, maybe they feel like, oh, well, I'm not capable of growth. So when I see somebody flourishing, because that's what it is. When I see somebody blooming and flourishing, and I believe that I'm not, of course you're going to look at that. I mean, if you don't have that growth mindset, and you are negatively like, you know what, it's really just about how they feel about themselves. Right. And it's really just a projection.
Yeah, but most times, I'm not trying to get into the racial thing, but mostly us as black people,
competitive,
will do that. Have that crab syndrome, trying to pull one another down instead of lift one another up. Yes. But like I said, that's why I want to do this book, because I want to uplift.
Yes. You gotta do it, Mama.
I want to people to do know their self-worth.
Yes.
And they don't have to deal with certain things. They deal with it. It's somebody that you wasn't there, you're not alone.
Right. And you want to know what's beautiful? And you did say, you said, Denasia, for your age, you went through a lot. You have too, right? Mm-hmm. And the fact that you have been through so much, and for me to be 27, and for you to be 25, 25? Yeah. That's crazy. Ooh, girl. 25, right? And the fact that we were able to stop, because you said that it took you longer.
It did.
You right?
Way
so it's so helpful that you caught us right when we was going through stuff, to be like, Denasia, Anthony, no. And even with me, with you, like, I'm like, Anthony, that ain't right. And you with me, you put your foot down. It's like each family, people in our family have what we don't have. Like somebody has what we don't have.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes, to fill in that gap.
Yeah.
It's like, you feel me? Because I know I can call you about this certain thing. I can call this person because they still working on that area. But I can call, because I know who will keep it raw with me. Because me, I don't want anybody being around the bush. Don't be a lawnmower with me. We ain't doing no lawnmower stuff. That's how I end up in some stuff. I like people to
keep it real.
Tell me the truth.
Yes. Keep it real.
Don't sugarcoat nothing.
Don't candy coat nothing.
I got a sweet tooth.
But even though they tell you the truth, it might hurt. The truth might hurt. But in the end, it's going to benefit you.
Right. Yes. And I know that. And I know that because all the pain that I've seen, all the pain that I have just felt over the time, it didn't do nothing but make me stronger. So pain don't scare me.
I have a, ooh, that's so good, Deja. That is so good. And you know, I have something to say about that. Hold that, put a pin in that, mama. That a lot of us run away from pain. So when somebody does come and tell us the truth, the reality of our situation, we don't want to face it, because then that means that I'm telling you, this thing, I'm bringing it before your eyes, and because we don't want to look at it, that means that we don't want to do the work.
Right.
We don't want to do the work.
Yeah.
But when you're when you get to a point, you have to make that commitment to yourself that I'm going to do the work to change the situation or my mindset, the habits of me running back into these situations that I've been in. But we can't, when it comes to healing is about looking at it and doing the work to say, okay, let me take responsibility for for my experience now, and start to, move forward. Let me deal with it. Let me not stop looking at it and just feeling all the shame, backlash, and like not wanting other people to see it, but own it, take responsibility of it, and say, okay, let's move forward now. Because nobody's responsible for our emotions or anything like that.
All right, you just activated something in me. So I told you earlier, people always talk about accountability partners and stuff like that. I said there's no such thing as accountability partner, because at the end of the day, as an adult, you are responsible for yourself.
Yes.
You don't ever put your accountability in someone else's hands.
No.
And in another adult's hands. We all have separate lives, right? So how can you say to this person, I want you to be responsible for me for this certain thing? You cannot do that, right? So as God has put us here to plant seeds in people, God waters them, right? So now, but to even get that seed, you have to be willing to receive that, right? So come to me when you're ready to be accountable, right? Because then it will soak in. Because I can call you on a bad day when you wanted me to be an accountability partner and say, hey, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. What if that person's not ready to receive that day?
And they won't.
And will cuss you right
they
out.
They don't want to do the work. They have to want to do the work.
Yeah.
They have to want to do whatever they need to be accountable for.
Yes.
They have to want to do that.
Right.
So
yeah, you can't. I want to be accountable for me. Now, if I need your input on a few things, then I might call you about it. You know what I mean? We rap about it.
But no, you got to be accountable for your own actions, good, bad, or indifferent.
Yes.
We grown.
Ownership.
But people are people. Only thing that we could do is just tell them what thus said the Lord.
Right.
And hopefully that, like you said, plant the seed. Somebody else might come along, put a little bit of water on there. Somebody might come along again, put a little bit of fertilizer on there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then here comes the sun.
Right.
The rain.
Right.
That's God.
That's what God do.
Everything starts
He just put us
sprouting
here
up
to be a
in that
resource.
individual.
Yes.
We resources for each other.
Yes.
God works through us to plant that seed in each other. God gonna water it, because one day, I'm not ready to receive it, but I do remember what you told me. I remember what you told me one day, and then one day I will come back and be like, hey, remember you told me this? Because I got a call today that told me, I'm so happy that you said this, because I keep thinking about what you said, right? So they will one day go back to it. You know what I mean?
But you know what? God is good all the time.
Yes, He is.
And He brought me through all of what He did for me to be standing right here, looking at you two beautiful young ladies, and the growth in y'all.
Right.
The growth in y'all in these last few years. Because I can stand back on the side,
Right.
and just look and see the growth in y'all.
Right.
Especially you.
Oh,
Especially you.
right.
Because you was a little
I
bit
was
hard
that dog.
You was a hard-headed.
I be trying to tell people
But you might, you know what, and the nation. But at the same time, I saw the hurt
Right.
and pain that you was going through on your face.
Right.
Couldn't do nothing because the Lord had to do it. It would have to do it in His time.
Yes.
Indeed.
And even in that situation that it happened in, you still were trying to lean there
Right.
until He was gone. And then once He was gone and the family stepped in,
Yes.
it was curtains.
It was curtains. I started getting my swagger back.
It was hurting. But
For real.
Yeah.
Lord, I knew that my great grandson did not need to be around.
Yes, because
that
it wasn't just
environment.
me. It wasn't because our kids go through what we go through, and Noah was exposed. Well, it's a good thing that he didn't have to see those things because he doesn't remember those things, right? But the thing is, like, he didn't only just take me out for me. He also
took Noah out. But also at the same time, God knew you had to go through that because you didn't learn your lesson the first time.
I didn't. You're right.
You didn't learn that lesson the first time, so you went through it the second time.
Right.
But now you're on the other side of through.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And you got a story to tell somebody too.
Right.
You know, and all I can say is God is good.
Right.
He our assignments.
Yes.
Right.
Our assignment that he has. One of your assignments is doing what you're doing right now with this podcast.
Right.
Okay? One of my assignments was taking care of my husband.
Right.
So all that stuff that I went through way back then, because I could have been hit in the head with hammers, being cut up. All this stuff, I could have died
Right.
from any of them blows.
Right.
But here I stand.
Right.
Here I stand. He was one of my assignments.
Right.
You know, all the strength.
Right.
The stuff that I'm telling you guys now, all of that, it was through him.
Right.
It went on my own accord.
Right.
You know, and I thank you.
Yes. Because with
I
God,
thank you.
because when God says something, he gonna make sure His word follow through.
And
So
he's still working on me.
right.
I'm a work in progress. Okay?
All of us
You
are.
know.